I just woke up. Turn it off and start the day. Ease into it, hold up. Haven't got the pot hot yet, I need to post up. Get a little sun on my face before I start a day. I just need to meditate. Best believe I'm gonna make moves with it, but it take time won't reciprocate. Sipping juice, keeping it in tune when I levitate. Then I know that it's
so far, you feel me? Gotta get thanks. Do everything in their power, they cannot stop me. Immigrant from the land of boredom, now I'm posted up in the home of hockey. Even when I felt like giving up, cup runneth over, I feel it up. Hiding all my imperfections with precision, like it was a nip and tuck. Who are you to judge? I was lost and found, now I'm seeing sounds. I done picked it up, I done put it down. I was in the spell, then I breathed life into stagnant air. Grew a crown out of nappy hair. Went to therapy and realized some circumstances just
checking out the
aren't
stream
fair.
tonight. And then with Daniel, can you hear watching? It's currently 5:36 p.m. California, United States, and then coming back to watch me. Welcome back. How's it going? 710 too high. How's it going?
I am a dreamer, stealing those dreamers. Shout out to Kenny. This is my character,
I
but the
think
game's
it's
rich.
emotional.
Physics and lyrics should be more than plenty. I'll pay the whole bit, don't pass me no 20. South of Savant with his passion for Henny.
There we go, this is a little better. I think I'm gonna do it in order to keep that moisturized. Slightly better. I know it looks weird. It's a little better. Did I find really? No one, bro. This is my eczema. I was rubbing my. I had like a rough skin right here on my knuckle, and I would rub it on my skin, and then it started turning red. I told you I got a new PC, MSI 4060 Ti with Core 36. Damn, bro, you fucking loaded to play. Woo! Do you have Chivalry too? Are you playing that game a lot, bro? Play World of Warcraft? Hell yeah, bro. Sorry, I'm trying to put away stuff. Alright. Let's take a dab, bro. Take a dab, bro. I gotta switch my laundry. Yo, thank you so much for the follow, fam. How's it going? Ready for a dab? Cheers, guys. Damn. That was good. Alright, let's go ahead and change my laundry. I'm gonna join my Discord and then I'll show you.
It's dab time!
Look at that, bros. Alright, bro, it's time to really heat this up now. I close my eyes and I wonder what us. You guys ready? Cheers, guys. It's time to go in. Cheers, guys.
Juilliard!
Well,
Sounds good to me.
Mm.
You know me. Why, hello. You know how it is. You know how it is. I see you looking. You looking good. Well done. Why, hello.
The leader needs only 10 more!
Was this not expected? You keep it real. Nothing doing. Hello. How you doing? Thanks, your brother. You in my face.
Yes?
Not even fair that dude swung at me when I was playing this too. Yeah.
Defeat!
Dual yard. You like what you see? How you doing? How you doing?
It is I.
I appreciate you. I'm the best there is or ever will be.
Yeah. Oh, he beat my ass.
You will go on forever.
You know me. I see you.
Let's do it.
It's only the beginning.
You can count on me. Onward!
Why, hello.
Fuck. Oh man.
You have not died in vain, I promise you.
I see you looking. I see you looking.
What the fuck? What a piece of...
Hellcats. They're fast, they look awesome, they even make cool sounds. You know? But they tend to not live, how do we put this, the longest lives. So we are ranking Hellcats that have found their way to the salvage auction through all the traditional Mopar means, from the best of the best to the worst of the worst, to, you know, the juke tier probably speaks for itself.
Stay away from those.
Numero uno, 2023 Challenger Red Eye. And for as bad as this might look off the rip, it's probably better than a lot of what we're going to see today. I'm just being honest. Purple, wide body, Hellcat. Enough said,
Perfect
right?
combination.
So for as bad as this thing looks on that driver's side, if you look at the front picture, it appears that most of that damage is on the outside of the frame rail.
Exactly.
Which is an important note, because once you get on the inside of that frame rail, things start getting crunched up in all the worst ways. Stuff gets smashed into the engine. This, at least so far, doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's got rear quarter damage. Both of the driver wheels are jacked up, but that's just typical Hellcat activities. This could have been one curb at a takeover.
Plus, like, if you actually been a control arm and stuff like that, easy to replace, cheap, is not that bad.
The passenger side of the car, that looks okay.
Decent.
Not bad. That front wheel, it's a little sketchy. Something might be going on there. On the inside, we got, wow.
1, 2, 3. How many airbags?
All of the airbags, they're all gone, except maybe the passenger seat airbag. Great. So on this one, 20,000 miles, awesome. It is not listed as running, so that is kind of a few points, you know, down the drain. One thing that always catches my eye on the cars like this, it's in Texas, it's got a New York title. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. General rule of thumb, and I'm just shooting from the hip here, everything that comes from New York is a scam. And I'm sorry, but it's the truth. When it comes to cars, if you get something from New York, it is beat to shit. It's just generally, just stay away from them. Especially Newburgh. Don't buy from that lot. Trust me. Either way, decent car. Engine bay looks awesome. It looks pretty stock. It looks unmodified.
Definitely like a worth it.
Double sense, how's it going?
It's not that bad.
Yeah, this 10 times out of 10, I would rebuild.
I'm just watching
Don't
the video
even
while I
think
wait for my
it would be
laundry.
that bad. This is
my
a high
bow.
quality, top tier, if you
cat
will,
bow right here.
Hellcat, especially being a red eye. So
I
what do we
put
rate it?
some of
We
that
got
money that you said
5 cats, 4
for the
cats,
bros.
3. It's definitely not on the lower
I
half.
got them a
It's no
cat,
Nissan
new
Juke.
cat litter box.
I would give a solid 3
So
cats.
shout out
3
to my
cats?
sense
Yeah,
for that.
just because
got more
the title
gloves.
situation.
You know what? 3 cats. Looks like an awesome car. Down 1 cat for New York.
Yes.
Next up on the list of unfortunate
actually, it's good.
felines that have found their way to auction is this, which, wow. So, to be clear, when we picked these out, I looked at one picture, the main picture. I did not see this from the back.
Okay.
This does change things a bit, because this thing got freaking railed.
It's an awesome color, yeah. Still.
Again, wide body,
Yes.
great color. Is this one a red eye? Is it? What's the tax say? 200. No. Front end, minty fresh. Is there mileage on this one?
I don't think you can.
No, they didn't power this thing up at all. This looks terrible. There's no sugarcoating it, right? But I have a hack. I have an idea for how to rebuild this car for
Okay.
cheap. So what we're gonna do is head here and search Dodge Charger. Then we're gonna go to vehicle condition type and hit flood. I would simply go buy a flood damaged V6 Charger. You have the perfect body, and there is nothing that's damaged on this car that really matters. You have the wide body rear bumper, the fender flares, the trunk. That's about it.
Maybe fresh front end.
Yeah, beautiful front end, all the Hellcat specific stuff.
Yes.
It's fine. So really, you just need a shell, and you can get one of those flooded V6 shells for $1,000, $2,000. It is unreal. I think this one, people are going to sleep on this car.
Yes.
People are definitely going to sleep on this car. So it might take a little bit of creative thinking, but what do you got? I know where I'm rating this one at.
Probably a 4.
I'm going 5, but the problem is I don't know how we're going to split this. I guess this is 4.5 cats, if you will.
Okay.
Great car. I love it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll buy it. It's right up the street.
This is definitely have a lot of red flags on it.
And it's red, so you know. Okay.
Orange.
Go Mango, I think it's technically called. This one, it looks bad from the jump,
Really bad.
but it gets worse very fast, unfortunately. This thing, it's racked across the front end. That's not ideal from the start. But you see what's under it?
Yes. That's the major red flag.
We'll get to that, but there's body damage basically all around this thing. Maybe the driver rear corner's okay, passenger rear corner, everything's out of whack in the front end.
I think even the driver's seat is bent. No?
I think you're right. Yeah, I think it's kind of got a gangster lean going on. Nobody in it, unfortunately. It's nothing unfixable. It's nothing that would necessarily make me not buy this car and try to rebuild it. But this junk underneath, that is a problem. And it wouldn't be a problem if it weren't for this little S next to the car. That means the car is part of what they call the engine start program. So clear as day, down here in this corner, the oil cooler is blown off the car. Meaning if you start this thing, I don't know, all the oil is going to leak out, it'll run low on oil pressure, and it will probably seize the engine up. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, it just smokes the bearings and you still have a trashed engine. You see the little oil light? It has the oil light on, and it's at 1,000 RPMs.
Oh
so
my God.
It's cooked. It's cooked. Rebuilding an engine, okay, could be fun. But the main problem with a car like this is somebody is going to completely overlook that. Somebody will pay whatever they will pay for this car, say 20 grand, not even taking into account the fact that the engine is toasted. That's where it's a problem. If it's a $10,000 car, sure, cool, maybe. But constantly, and it does suck, somebody that might be new to the salvage game will buy this thing, and they are going to take a big old fat L. I have to do it.
Yeah.
It's the juke.
Yes.
This is full-blown juke here. There's no way around it.
Even the orange color didn't rescue it.
Yeah,
You know,
usually a good color will rescue at least one cat,
now
right?
No.
Yeah, rough.
Yeah.
Rough. And again, it's not a bad car, but the circumstances about the sale are going to make this thing just... Unless this thing's dirt cheap, stay away from it.
Yes.
The end. Yes.
Whew.
Yes.
Queens?
Yes. Coins. Look, when I saw 2 cars in the auction photo here, you got to do this one. We got to. Didn't know what the situation was, but I'm pretty sure I do now. It's a theft car. It's stripped. But not only are you getting all the stripped parts that have been put onto another chassis, you're getting the OG chassis too. Buy one Hellcat, get a half of one free, apparently. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what you do here. It would be a fun project, actually, to buy something that somebody started to hack together and try to make something fun about it.
They basically started a project for you?
Yeah, exactly. They've done some of the work for us. You can just pick this Hellcat up, leave the blue one at the auction, tell them it's the tip for loading the car, and be on your way. I'm going to give this one, you know what? 2 cats for 2 cats.
It's not a wide body, you know?
But it's 2 cats.
It's true.
If they were both 1 cats, now we got 2 of them. So
yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's a fair point. Ooh.
So this one's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. All because of that right there. COD, Certificate of Destruction. This is at that Florida lot. The Florida lot that I was actually at not too long ago. It's a flood car from the hurricanes, and I don't know how high yet, at least, this water got. Oh, dude, come on. Look, that water line is not to the side skirt.
Okay, so let me get the blue chassis back and then buy this thing, and then I guys gonna have
There.
something really cool.
That's unfreaking real.
Oh
that's
my
unreal.
God.
That's unreal. Hold on, no.
How is that counted? No,
Look at the interior picture.
manual.
There are, if I recall, something like a few hundred 2018 manual wide body cars. I needed to buy one of these exact cars for a parts car for my Demon. We still have it. It's sitting up there. You guys can't see it at the moment, but it's getting a cool engine in it. I can't believe there's another one for sale, and they ruined it with a certificate of destruction.
Why would you do that? Especially with that water level.
We've been through this for a while now. I don't understand why Florida does things the way they do. The car is running. It's running in the photos. Absolutely everything to do that. It's an option.
Yes.
It's an option. I'm torn on this one. I'm going to let you roll with it. Rate it.
4,
4 cats?
I think. Well.
Dude, this thing looks like it got attacked by a cheetah.
Definitely.
Look at it. That is unreal. Look at that. This thing's a freaking pancake. So this is a regular old Charger, not a red eye. It's a rollover, as if they actually needed to tell you that. I think it's all pretty obvious in the photos. The engine, though, because let's just be clear from the jump. This is a parts car.
Definitely.
There's no rebuilding this, at least not reasonably. So it's a parts car. We're going to judge it based on being a parts car. The engine looks like it's straight and in the right place, which for a car in this shape, I mean,
counts.
What other redeemable qualities are there about this car?
Rear bumper, taillights.
It has 29,000 miles, so there's that. It does look like maybe all the brakes survived, but
looks
except
like
that
that.
front passenger side, that's gone, so just
Could
right
be in
off.
the trunk. Right?
Could be. Could be in the trunk. Could be laying on the side of I-95. Because,
100%.
again, this is in Baltimore, right by us. Definitely not juke level, because
Yes.
it is a
They got
parts
potential.
car. And based on how jacked up it is, I should probably go cheap. So it's probably a fair parts car. But on the scale of just nice salvage auction Hellcats, 2 cats might be being generous.
That sounds fair to me.
It might be able to supply one of your other cats with the nice parts.
Ooh.
Yeah, sick.
Ooh.
Sick already from the jump. You look
Yes.
right past that damage. The charcoal with the red stripes. Not a stripe fan, but hey,
That combination is awesome.
it does look good.
Wow.
And it doesn't look too bad damage-wise. So you got, on the driver's side, the front driver's side, that's got to be the worst of the damage.
Definitely.
The headlight, the fender, the hood, the bumper, all smoked. I bet it has some suspension damage as well. That driver rear quarter panel, that's jacked up. Passenger side, other than that front fender, looks pretty good. But just in general, on the wreck side of things, this car looks great. Red interior.
Yes. What else could you ask for?
That is a very good point. What more could you want? Yeah, no blown airbags on the inside. Keep in mind, we only saw the first picture to these. This is listed as a 2022 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. Look at the gauge cluster, 220 miles an hour. It's a red eye. It's a red eye that's not listed as a red eye. And you go to the engine bay picture, it's got the black valve covers. It has a very dirty and dark green belt, but it is indeed green. This is a certified real red eye, and it's not listed as such, which might mean it'll go cheap. Cheapish. It's not going to go cheap. It's already bid the 15 grand. Still probably pull $30,000, but still. And with this one, Copart just started doing this. IAA has done it for a while, but we have a run video on this. Let's. Sounds like a red eye.
Sounds good to me.
Works for me, for sure. And anything that has a run video in the auctions, automatic, I feel like it gets bumped 1 cat.
Yes.
Unless it's knocking its ass off, because then it kind of... See, this thing is very, very nice. 360 view, too. They're doing it right at Copart in Oregon. They don't do this at all the ones around here yet.
They have potential.
Well, they like a 45-degree angle. I don't know what kind of 360
It's
that
true.
is. This is a solid rebuilder. It's going to cost a lot of money, but I think something like this, if you're rebuilding your first Hellcat,
Way to go.
perfect, easy. Don't get in over your head. Spend a little more money up front. It usually works out better than buying something that, you know, will nickel and dime you to death. It's a great option.
Yes.
Great option. I'm going to do it. You know, there's a rating
Yes.
above 5 cats. I don't know if I told you about that. I
No.
don't know if I went over the scale here.
What was it?
We got the Not a Demon logo up top.
Oh, okay. Definitely. This is in there.
Yeah. I believe this is what the Twitch community calls S tier, you know?
Wow. What is that?
You know why I picked this one?
So many questions.
A lot. Well, it's stripped, but also it's from Detroit, so that kind of makes sense. The bigger question is, what is that on top of this thing?
Exactly.
It's a convertible Challenger. It's a 2023 convertible Challenger, meaning somebody just bought this thing off the lot and had it convertibilized. That's not the word. Convertible. You get what I'm saying, probably. It was wide body too. Look at that.
Wow.
Imagine you have this like one of a kind Challenger built, and then it gets stolen.
But at the same time, imagine like how easy it is for them to steal a normal Challenger. Now having a soft top, they literally cut it.
They just
And
jump
get
right
into it.
through. Look at this. Like, you can tell it's not a factory type install. Look at there's just wires chilling around the back.
True.
Okay, that looks like a big Duracell battery. Man, I really wish I'd have saw this before it ended up like this. The list retail value on this, meaning what insurance paid on it, $111,000. That's unreal. There's got to be, like, if we Google this car, clearly something will come up, right? You can buy a new, like, no, come on, you got to be
What?
running with AI here, right?
Wait. You saw this thing? It's actually real. That's legit.
Hold on.
What? Same year and everything.
When did Dodge start doing this?
Wow. They will have to be extremely rare.
Oh, no, hold on. So,
You're right?
So it's a factory option,
Okay.
but it's done by like a Coach Works, if you can call it that.
Okay.
So this is, keep in mind, according to Google AI, so take it for what it's worth. You can order it in 2022 and 23 through a Dodge dealership. The car is sent to Drop Top Customs in Florida. They'll convert it to a convertible and then send it back to you.
Oh, makes sense.
Costs $26,000. I could do that with a Sawzall and a tarp. Hear me out here. All right, I got a scheme. I always
didn't
have
know
a
where
plan.
you're going.
I always have a plan when it comes to Mopars.
Let me say it.
Just-
Dunk.
Well, that's a great that's a great plan too, a dunk. But for real, say you wanted to buy a Hellcat, you wanted to have a convertible Hellcat. You don't want to pay $26,000 for a convertible Hellcat. You buy this chassis, you're golden.
Sure.
It looks straight too. It looks like it was legitimately stripped, not hacked, not cut up, not wrecked. You just take your car, buy this thing for $6 it's going to go for at auction. Sold. Done deal. Because of that. Because there's an actual use case for it.
Yes. It got potential.
It does. I'm going 3 cats. We should buy this thing.
No.
We should buy this.
No, we don't need another Hellcat, you know?
And this one's a convertible. It's completely different, Fernando, okay?
You got him up already.
Completely different.
Nah.
I'm just a guy with Mopars, not a Mopar guy, remember?
Are you sure?
Remember when that was actually true? Okay, anyway, 3 cats officially.
Yes.
We're moving on. You'll probably see it on the channel in 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
If there is a tougher looking Hellcat from one picture, I've never seen it.
This is the one.
This is it. It has, a cool vinyl on it. That's not the story here. The main thing that attracted me to this car, those guys right there, bead locks, meaning it's fast. Or should be fast. I'm not a big fan of the whole massive, pussycat on the side of the car. I don't think it looks that cool. But this one,
They did a great job.
it looks awesome.
Yes.
It like the whole reverse kind of black and white and black. I
Yin
like
yang.
it. Yes, I'm digging that. But again, the beadlocks. You see a Hellcat on fat tires like that, you know you got something.
Well, you got a catch can. I don't know. I think this car is not that fast. First of all, you don't see any small pulley. I just see the catch can, intake, normal. But I don't think you can justify the big tires in the back.
You know what? I agree.
Nothing else like you can tell big horsepower.
So it's not a red eye. It's got the 2.4 liter of the Hellcat blower,
Yeah.
an intake, and a catch can. I'm sure it probably has exhaust or something, but you can't have beadlocks and have a stock upper pulley.
Exactly, yeah.
Well,
That's
this-
kind of,
it's still an awesome looking car.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, but that's a little bit of a letdown. Look at the back. Cuff them for putting beadlocks on a stock Hellcat. All right, cuff them
don't
for
do
that.
that. Yes.
I mean, it's still like a front end wreck doesn't look that bad. The radiator, that's all busted up. The core support, the bumper beam, maybe a little frame rail damage. Easy rebuild. So I guess we kind of, in some way, shape, or form, have to get over the whole beadlock thing.
Yes.
So it drew me to this car, but it doesn't mean it's still not a good car for rebuild. I'm giving minus 2 cats, just so we're clear. Is there a mileage on it? 41,000. Not bad. It's getting 2 cats for me. Would have got 4 because it's a really nice rebuild if you just had a smaller pulley on it. You could have teased me in to thinking this car was some 900 horsepower monster.
Yes.
If you just had a pulley on it. That's a color.
Okay, the gray one?
That's a color. This reminds me a lot of that 2018 wide-body manual car that I bought. Same color, dark hood.
Oof. I actually like that front lip.
It does. Everything about this car actually looks really cool. Wait, hold on. Look at the...
Is this actually a wrap?
Yeah, I think it's a wrap, actually. I thought it was the OEM gray color. I think it's a wrap. Because look around the windshield. It's got to be stolen. Theft, of course. Okay. Yep, like I
Missouri.
said, classical Mopar stuff. So there are no keys. Go figure. Key fob not detected. Oh, so this one's got the small pulley.
Is it?
Imagine that. They did it right here.
It's exactly,
This
yes.
is what the other one should have looked like. Just put a little pulley on her. Look at the engine bay and look down by the fuse box and the structure.
Exactly, yeah.
So
They wrap it.
So this wasn't your usual steal the Hellcat and just cruise around for an hour until you wreck it. This was, we're going to steal a Hellcat and we're going to go all out trying to make it look like it's not stolen.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty crazy.
Because they actually paint a little bit of the engine bay, right?
Look at the VIN. Yes.
Yeah,
look
just
at the
scratch
VIN.
it.
So what do we do with this one? I've had great luck with stolen Hellcats. That gray one, stolen, it worked out, fixed it for like $200, had an awesome car until I ripped it apart. But this one though, no keys. You never know what you're gonna get with stolen ones like this. It could be an absolute dogged piece of trash.
Yes.
And I would be inclined to believe that since somebody had this for clearly long enough to paint half of it, to wrap it, a thief has been driving this thing for quite some time. And that's not a good thing, right?
Not at all.
To be clear, that is bad.
Yes.
So I'm going to go with it being dogged out, like dogged. But it's a red eye. So bonus points for that, right? Square in the middle for me. 3 cats because...
Yes, definitely. Because they need a lot of attention too.
Could go either way.
Yeah.
Could be a 2, could be a 4 very easily. Depends what it looks like when you get it. This one, it looked bad in the first picture, but somehow looks even worse in the second one.
Apparently, convertible Hellcats are getting popular, right?
This is the second convertible Hellcat we've had. And, dude, it is missing the passenger headrest.
Oh my god.
The engine is...
Gone.
Is it though? Yes.
Look at only turn. Yes.
I didn't see that. You are so right.
It's twisted. Broke.
I don't know what I'm looking at there.
Oh. Well, at least you can have a supercharger.
Service transmission, continue indeed. Yeah, service transmission. Woo, okay. It's got 18,000 miles, so that's good.
Well, Probably the rear end is good.
Brakes
Brakes, yes.
and a blower. This is tough.
Transmission too.
Possibly. This thing got opened like a freaking can. That's something else. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily Nissan Juke rough.
Yes, it's not.
But one cat,
Yes.
and it might be a kitten. You're this close to
Pushing
being
it.
with the Juke.
Yes. Okay. It does actually count.
Sort of, technically. Now, to be fair, we're not going to rate the next few. This
Okay.
is something like a 7th inning stretch, just the things you see at salvage auction. Half a Hellcat.
Well, you actually bought one like that.
Mine had an engine. This one, yep. It's another body, and it's not great. This is barely any Hellcat.
Uh-huh.
This is one sliver of Hellcat. If you happen to need that frame rail, here you go.
Jump on it.
Then somehow it gets even worse than that. That's the B pillars, the C pillars, or the A pillars in the roof. Scrap metal.
Definitely.
Nothing you can do with it. Now, like I said, we're not going to rate those because it's just a pile of metal. This next one, though, we are rating this because
Okay.
it's a pile of parts, but it's the right pile of parts.
Yes.
You don't got a car, but you got an engine. So I guess,
Transmission also.
yeah, transmission, ECU, front subframe with steering rack. There's no rear end, right?
No,
No rear end.
I don't see it.
You got enough to start a cool project. Can you trust that it's good?
That's a good.
Like, clearly they ripped this out of a car, probably got caught trying to sell it or something, and here it is. Now, I bought an engine along with part of a chassis, Demon 170, very similar fashion. As far as we can tell, it looks okay. We don't know yet because we still haven't got it started. We will eventually. Hopefully it's okay. There's really nothing to figure out here. You have some parts. It's gambling. You like going to a casino? Buy this instead.
You don't know the mileage.
Nope.
There's no way to know that. It looks solid, you know.
You're okaying, okay? This is a Magnuson supercharger on top. It's not a stock Hellcat blower. That's the good news. The bad news is it caught on fire up in the same area. You see those cables, they're all burnt up.
Weird.
As best I can tell, the blower probably survived.
Definitely.
It is this weird, like, shaft drive, I believe they're called.
Yeah.
Unit. It has, like, the cog teeth on the back. I'm digging it. The question is, how much will it cost?
Because that blower would definitely call a lot of attention for buyers.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep. We're not the only people that get excited by this
Yeah.
stuff. But then again, you know, I'm gonna warm up for this one. Would they be intimidated from buying it?
Oh my God.
Because, you know, it's got the wrong wheels, it was on fire. You never know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I apologize for that. But
All right. We gotta send it.
hold on. This is in Texas.
Okay.
It says Intimidator on it. I am 98% sure that I saw this guy's last car. And it just occurred to me after talking about this for a while. I think like a year ago, when I was at the auction down here in Texas,
Okay.
I saw another Hellcat that was poorly modified that was almost identical to this. I think it also said Intimidator, and there's only one Intimidator.
Of course.
Well, two. Dale Earnhardt and apparently this guy. Salvage Hellcats Scrap Life. Dude, I'm pretty sure it's this one in the thumbnail. I'm pretty sure it's that car. Look, it said that did. It said it on
What?
the freaking windshield.
So he bought another one?
Dude. I was with Herman on this.
Wow, it is.
I completely forgot about that.
Wow.
This guy
Wow.
has two of his cars ending up at the auction. I don't know about that. That seems like it might be a.
I think you gotta change the game, bro.
And that's right. Hold on. So his last one, we're getting off topic here. I'm sorry, but we're down the road
Same
now.
page, yeah.
It was missing the blower and everything. Like that. Oh yeah, the silver heads were gone. It's been how long? A year? It had to have been more than a year. March 17th, 2023 is when I uploaded this video. So that's going on 2 years. If you're the Intimidator, I'd love to hear your story. Okay, that's crazy. That's wild.
Yes.
But we're not rating it off a story.
No.
It's cool. It's interesting because of that blower. What do we give it? What are we doing here? No power. Like there's not much. It doesn't run. There's no mileage. There's a lot of bad with the car.
Yeah.
But it's got an aftermarket supercharger.
Yes.
And that's pretty awesome.
He sanded with that, so hard to tell.
Shoot, I'm letting you do it. Drum roll.
4.
4 cats.
Yes.
Meow, 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 meow. I'm probably done without all that, right? Like that was probably quite unnecessary. We're ending on a high note.
Oh,
A high
at
note.
that.
Minty fresh. Daytona.
The color. Oh.
So we have parted out one of these in the past,
Yes.
and it was freaking bad. That thing was smoked.
Oh.
This is the opposite of that.
Look at, I love
Blue,
that combination.
silver wheels, got the blue interior with blue stitching, with carbon fiber panels, if I recall. I think these all have carbon fiber panels. Look, the VIN's just gone.
Yes, I
The
was
VIN's
about to
completely
ask
gone.
that. How can you fix it?
Get a Sharpie, right? I mean,
Get a sticker?
yeah.
Wow.
So this is one of those cars. It's so clean. It's so nice. I can't tell that there's really anything wrong with it. It says it has an engine start video.
Sounds good.
It does. Sounds really good. So it's nice, but like how much cheaper are you going to get this than you could just go to the dealership and buy one for?
Sure.
If it's not 20 grand to account for the salvage title, then it's not really worth it. And I hate to say it, but it's not going to be 20 grand. Somebody's going to pay a lot of money for this thing. So sometimes with the really nice cars like this at auction, they just don't provide an opportunity. There's no advantage that you or I or Fernando may have on somebody else where we can buy it and try to save a few bucks because anybody can buy this.
Yes.
And again, it might be what you're looking for. So it's a nice car. If we're rating the car alone by salvage auction standards, we're going full-blown not a demon all the way up
Yes.
top. But do we take the deal into account?
Nah. I think I would pass.
Pass what?
On this car, I would just go straight to a dealership.
So that's what I'm saying. I think I would too.
Yeah.
So we're taking the deal factor into account.
Yeah.
So it certainly gets knocked because this car will not be a deal.
Yeah.
It's hard to not rate it high. 4 cats, final answer. This was fun. This is a good time.
I like it.
And the best part is, there are hundreds more. We can do this all night. But we've been here a while. I think the Milwaukee battery on the headlights back there is about to die. But either way, this was fun. Sitting, BSing, talking cars with all you guys. And I guess if you like it, we'll do it again.
Yes. Let us know.
Let us know what kind of car. Next time can't be Hellcats.
Let's change the brand.
Yeah, can't be Trackhawks. So like,
You know what? We should change the brand, budget, and I think that would be fair.
budget's a good one.
Yes.
Best or worst auction cars under 10 grand?
Put it in the comments.
Yeah. Let us know what you want to see.
Yeah.
See you next time.
All right, Steven, it's our last Worth It episode for now. So what better way to conclude our run of episodes than by having some dessert?
Everybody has room for dessert.
For our dessert analysis today, we're going to be actually having entire meals at each restaurant and then trying their desserts. So that we have the proper context to assess these desserts.
Dessert!
Is it worth it? Make it worth it. Make it worth it. Worth it. Worth it.
Today on Worth It, we're going to be trying 3 desserts at 3 drastically different price points to find out which one is the most worth it at its price.
For our first dessert, we're going to El Cochinito, where we're going to meet pastry chef Emma, as well as chef owner Daniel. Daniel also operates Cafe Tropical, another Cuban spot just down the block, where Emma makes many of the desserts and pastries for both restaurants. We're going to be trying some other Cuban classics at El Cochinito, and then eating, for dessert, the arroz con leche.
I really really consider El Cochinito sort of a time capsule. My grandmother started it, very adamant about keeping the recipes the same, sourcing the ingredients, and just making things the way she did. And for her, it was always about how you felt making the food, kind of transcends to like how people feel consuming. She was very big on cooking with love, so that translates to the plate.
How do the two restaurants complement each other?
El Cochinito's always been home-style food, but Tropical kind of allows us to expand and really cover like coffee, desserts, pastries.
All the ingredients we use are raw. Nothing is refined. Everything is fresh.
What are the cornerstone dishes from El Cochinito?
Ropa Vieja is certainly very traditional. It's considered like Cuba's national dish. It's basically a slow-cooked flank steak, traditionally served with rice and black beans.
Your sandwich is award-winning, is that right?
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. I mean, the Cuban sandwich has always been part of El Cochinito's history, and it's one of those like Cuban-American things. You wouldn't actually find it in Cuba the way we see it today.
Right. Here's the thing. Cuban sandwich, probably my favorite sandwich. I mean, everything about it. The flavors, the shape. Look at the compression, the layers. So good.
That was actually a perfect bite. You know, the most important part of the sandwich, the bread, the texture, the crispiness, the softness.
Which we saw getting baked this morning. Can you imagine the smell when a whole pallet of these things comes out of the oven? So we also have the Ropa Vieja. Look at that. So the arroz con leche, where does that recipe come from?
That's definitely from my grandma. She doesn't have any recipe book. She knows this is how high you fill the pot, this is how many scoops of sugar. She had relationships with her pots and her pans and the stoves. For me, arroz con leche is like very home style thing. The way to remake it, it always just feels good, feels right. It just brings you back home. It's nostalgic.
What is arroz con leche, and what is that taste that you are describing and looking for?
Well, arroz con leche translates to rice with milk. Think of it as like a rice pudding in a way. I use Carolina rice. It's a single origin, so it's a shorter grain than like a jasmine rice or anything else. I wash it till the water barely starts coming out clear because I want a little bit of the starch. It'll help thicken it up. I cook it until the water is at the line of the rice and starts puffing up just a little bit. And then I add condensed milk, and then I make a sachet of orange peel, cinnamon, and a vanilla bean. And I drop that in there and some sugar. And then you just start stirring it and cooking it until it's done. It's cinnamony, it's light but rich, it's a little sweet.
Is there anything unique, do you think, about having a dessert that's that consistency and flavor as the close to a meal?
I think the simplicity of it, nothing here is very complicated, but it's thoughtful. And arroz con leche is all of that. It's simple, it's not a lot of ingredients, it's nothing really fancy, but taking the time and attention and focusing your passion and love towards creating things into like rice pudding. If you do it right, it speaks volumes.
And is it like a meal closer type of situation here, or?
It's a mic drop.
Definitely not expecting this specific plating.
More of a mugging, in fact.
In a mug, cheers.
Oh, that's good. The consistency is more surprising than I thought it would be.
It's like not liquidy, it's not solid.
No, I thought it would be more puddingy, but it's actually more thick saucy.
I grew up eating a lot of rice, like a lot of rice. Very.
Well, like how much rice?
Like a lot of rice.
Okay, gotcha.
And I can't remember the time I ate it as a dessert. What are we doing? The thing that it does have is it's refreshing.
Which is, I think, another important feature of a great dessert. After a meal, do you want to get wrecked by a dessert? Some people like that, but I think arroz con leche is more of like a tapered down dessert.
Absolutely.
All right, Steven, it's time to learn a little bit about desserts.
Dessert fact!
Eating a small piece of cheese after a meal can help neutralize the acidity of the mouth caused by foods like sugary desserts, and therefore help prevent tooth erosion.
Oh, brother.
Wow.
So you're telling me I don't need to brush my teeth anymore?
You just need to eat some cheese. Here's my question, though. If you ate a cheesecake, though, which... is that better or worse?
Net zero, you know.
Net zero. All right, Steven, for our next dessert, we're going to be seeing Keith and Mel at Alta Adams and trying the pineapple coconut upside down cake.
What?
Tell us what type of restaurant Alta Adams is?
It is a California soul food restaurant. We took traditional dishes that I grew up with, Southern dishes that my grandmother brought from Alabama, and reframed it using California love and local ingredients.
Before we have this dessert, though, what are we gonna eat to prepare our stomachs?
So we'll be doing the fried chicken, oxtails, and collard greens today. And the collard greens is something that we do our own way, taking neutral oil and smoking it, infusing the oil with this smoked flavor, whether it's hickory, apple mesquite. Pulling the meat out of the greens, you have these vegan greens that taste as if they have the smoked meat in it.
All right. Whoa. Sometimes you just know it's gonna be good. Cheers, Steven.
Cheers. Oh no. Oh no.
Phone ringing off the hook, man, I just woke up. Turn it off and start the day. Ease into it, hold up. Haven't got the pot hot yet, I need to post up. Get a little sun on my face before I start a day. I just need to meditate. Best believe I'm gonna make moves with it, but it take time won't reciprocate. Sipping juice, keeping it in tune when I levitate. Then I know that it's time to strain. Phone ringing off the hook, man, I just woke up. Turn it off and start the day. Ease into it, hold up. Haven't got the pot hot yet, I need to post up. Get a little sun on my face before I start a day. I just need to meditate. Best believe I'm gonna make moves with it, but it take time won't reciprocate. Sipping juice, keeping it in tune when I levitate. Then I know that it's time to strain.
For this dab, bros. I'm gonna go get food at McDonald's. I'm gonna bring you guys along, but it's gonna be like hard to see me. Just so you know. Cheers, guys. Cheers, guys. Alright, guys. I'll see you in a little bit. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn on the stream so that way I just don't have stream running for no reason. I'll be right back to roll some joints. Peace.